Imagine this for a second. You're in the middle of a really busy rotation, and a patient pulls you aside. They look distressed, and they tell you that a senior colleague, maybe even your supervisor, has been making these deeply inappropriate sexual comments to them. Or maybe you've seen it yourself. Not something clear-cut, but a pattern of behavior that's just ambiguous, on the line.
Yeah, that boundary testing stuff.
Exactly. And you're standing there thinking, what do I do? This is not just some HR issue.
No, it's an immediate patient safety emergency.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we are going to try and cut through all that discomfort and confusion. We're breaking down the GMC's guidelines on sexual misconduct and your absolute duty to report colleagues.
And if you're prepping for exams like the MSRA SJT, this is a really essential stuff. We're going to give you the exact steps the GMC expects so you know how to act safely and, well, how to score highly.
So what's the one-sentence takeaway? If you remember nothing else, what's the core truth here?
The core truth is this. Patient safety and public trust always, and I mean always, compel immediate, structured escalation. Even if it feels awful, even if it conflicts with your loyalty to a colleague, that's the rule.
It's a very clear line in the sand.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. Why is the GMC so serious about this? I mean, what makes this different from, say, a colleague who's just bad at record keeping?
Because it hits the absolute core of the doctor-patient relationship, which is trust.
Right.
If you breach sexual boundaries, you don't just damage that one relationship, you fundamentally destroy trust in the profession. And when that trust is gone, people stop seeking care. The GMC calls a failure here a serious or persistent failure, which is code for you are putting your registration at immediate risk.
And the SJT is testing your ability to see that bigger picture.
Precisely. It's testing if you see a public safety crisis, not just a personal problem between two people.
Okay, so let's define our terms. When we say breach, what are we actually talking about? I think most people's minds jump straight to physical contact.
And that's a common misconception. The guidance is much, much broader. The absolute red line from good medical practice is that doctors must not use their professional position to pursue a sexual or improper emotional relationship. Full stop.
But the key part for exams is what else that includes.
Right. Yes. The GMC is very clear that sexual behavior doesn't need to involve any touching at all. It can be making inappropriate sexual comments. It can be sending suggestive messages, anything that uses your professional position for personal gratification.
So even a badly judged joke could cross that line.
It absolutely could. The safest doctor, the one who scores well, recognizes that any breach, even an ambiguous one, erodes that boundary and needs to be addressed.
Okay, so that brings us to the really tricky part. Let's say a junior doctor sees a senior doing something that's concerning but maybe not explicit. What is the safest first step? Because that loyalty factor is huge.
It is, and the GMC framework is actually designed to handle that exact psychological difficulty. You don't jump straight to a formal report if you're genuinely unsure.
So what do you do?
Step 1. If you're concerned about a colleague's fitness to practice but you're not certain, your duty is to ask for advice.
Ask for advice, not investigate yourself.
No, you are not the investigator. You get professional counsel. That could be a trusted senior colleague who's not involved, your defense body, or you can even call the GMC for advice. It's what we call the 25C duty, the duty to seek guidance.
That feels like a really important safety valve. It protects you from acting rashly.
It does, and it leads directly to the next step. So, step 2. After getting that advice, if your concern is still there, you must report it. And critically, you have to make a record of the steps you've taken.
Document everything.
Document the concern, who you spoke to, what the advice was. That record is your professional shield. It shows you followed the framework.
Okay, what about the more direct scenario? The patient reports a breach to you.
Then the duty shifts. It's more urgent. Step 3 is you must promptly report your concerns to someone who can formally investigate. Your hospital's medical director, a designated lead. Promptly is the key word. No delays.
And what about the patient in all this?
That's step 4, and you do it at the same time. You immediately offer support to any patient affected. Their immediate safety and well-being are paramount, and that's separate from the disciplinary process.
Let's take this to the extreme. What if the patient reports something that sounds criminal? Like a sexual assault?
Yeah.
Is it still my job to make sure the police are involved?
That's a crucial escalation check. Yes. You have to ensure it's reported to the police. Now, the investigating body in the hospital will often handle that, but it's your duty to check that it has been done.
So you don't just hand it off and assume.
Never assume. You should also advise the patient of their own right to go to the police and support them if they choose to.
Okay, here we go. The big one. The high-yield SJT trap. Confidentiality. We are trained to protect it at all costs, but now we have to report a patient's story. How do you possibly square that circle?
This is where you need a really simple memory hook. Just picture a set of scales. On one side, you have patient safety. Imagine it's made of heavy lead. On the other side is confidentiality, made of light feathers. Patient safety always tips the scale.
So safety outweighs confidentiality.
Always. The official rule says you should respect confidentiality when you report, only share what's necessary. But, and this is the giant, but patient safety must come first at all times.
So the classic exam question is the patient who says, report him, but you cannot use my name.
That's the one. That's the trap pattern. And what's really being tested is your ability to balance patient autonomy against your public interest duty.
So how do you handle it?
The best action is always transparent communication. First, you gently explain to the patient why their identity might be necessary for a fair investigation to happen. You seek their consent.
But what if they still say no?
Right. And here's the high-scoring moment. If they refuse consent, but you judge that failing to disclose their identity creates an ongoing risk to other patients, that it's in the public interest, you have to override their refusal.
Okay, but how? You can't just go behind their back.
You absolutely cannot. This is the crucial step. You must tell the patient of your intention to disclose the information before you do it.
Wow. So you have to say, I respect your wishes, but for the safety of others, I have to share this information, and I'm telling you that I'm going to.
That's it. You explain the public interest reasoning, you seek consent, and if you have to override, you inform them first. You then document that entire conversation meticulously. That is what separates a top-scoring answer from a failing one.
That's incredibly clear. Let's talk about the other traps, the tempting answers that will immediately lose you marks.
Okay, trap number one is the most common. Delaying or ignoring, thinking, I'll deal with it tomorrow. That fails because patient risk is ongoing. You're violating the promptly report duty.
Right, that's next.
Trap number two, confronting the colleague directly. I know it can feel tempting, like you want to sort it out yourself.
A definite no-go.
A definite no-go. It's dangerous. You're not an investigator. You could compromise the formal process or even put yourself at risk.
Makes sense.
Trap three, breaching confidentiality without prior discussion. As we just said, unless someone's life is in immediate danger that second, you have to have that conversation with the patient first about your intention to disclose.
You have to give them that respect.
You do. And the last big trap is disclosing irrelevant details. The report should be factual and proportionate. You only share information pertinent to the alleged misconduct, not the patient's entire medical history.
That's a great list of what not to do. So to really cement this, let's do 3 quick-fire scenarios. I'll give you a situation. You give me the immediate high-score action.
Let's do it.
Okay, 1. A patient reports inappropriate touching by a colleague. What do?
You promptly report to the organization that can investigate, and you ensure the patient is offered immediate support and told about their right to go to the police.
Perfect. Scenario 2. You're worried about a colleague's fitness to practice, but you're just not sure if it's serious enough for a formal report.
Ask for advice first, from a trusted senior, a defense body, or the GMC, and you document it.
Great. Last one, the big one. A patient refuses to let you share their name in a report, but you know other patients are at risk.
You inform the patient that because of the overriding public safety concern, you intend to disclose only the necessary relevant information to the investigating body, and you explain why you have to do it.
Fantastic. So let's boil this entire deep dive down. What are the 3 key takeaways everyone should remember?
Okay, number 1. Professional boundaries around sexual behavior are absolute. And the definition is broad. It's not just physical, it includes comments and messages.
Got it. Number 2.
The duty to report is non-negotiable and must be done promptly. If you're unsure, seek advice first, but always, always keep a thorough record of the steps you take.
And the 3rd.
Patient safety always comes first. It can override confidentiality, but if you have to disclose information against a patient's wishes, you must inform them first.
Remember, being the safest doctor means protecting your patients, even when that means protecting them from your colleagues. Your registration, your integrity, it all depends on your judgment and your ability to justify your actions using this framework. Go act safely and go act professionally.